Alright, before we move on to Chapter 5, we have to get the safe here in Chapter 4.
I was like, where's Murray? Is he just in the back spiraling from the horrible events he's been through?
Something like that. So, right up there you can see that waypoint pointing to the safe. I completely forgot that after you get all the bottles, the game does this for you.
Oh,
so you can find the
that's
safe
handy.
easily.
Of course, you know the game pretty well. You probably don't need to worry about that.
On some of these later ones, it was actually helpful because I don't often... In the past, I haven't always gotten the late game bottles in the vaults. I don't really need them.
Bentley. How in the world is that any more difficult? The ability to throw stuff. Long toss?
Oh yeah, I think the code for the very first vault was 23 as number 1.
Oh, that's fun. But wait, so is long toss just a passive upgrade?
Yeah, for both Sly and Bentley.
Oh, that's handy.
Since they both throw things. So yeah, that one's pretty good.
Oh, they need some rusties on that bumper.
Time for a little payback. The Contessa, having escaped us into prison, is now hiding out in her castle estate. It's a well-fortified Gothic nightmare that would make any thief run in terror. Terrible or not, that's where we're headed. To sweeten the deal, we've learned that the Contessa, who until recently was a secret member of the Claw Gang, is in possession of the Clockwork Eyes.
Oh.
The Thieves Raccoonist describes the eyes stopping opponents dead in their tracks, transfixed in their gaze. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what an accomplished hypnotist could do with such powerful artifacts. News of the Contessa's
Good thing that
corruption
never
has
happened
spread
to us at the end of 1.
Constable Neela, being
Yeah,
closest
that
to the
sounds
case,
very
was granted a cash allowance to
retconny.
hire an army of local mercenaries.
Oh boy.
It looks like we're walking into a full-scale war.
Boy, this game's really
We have to
ramping up.
act now, before things go from
Yep.
bad to worse.
Mila can do basically anything she wants now.
After all, she wasn't the one that fumbled the bag and having them escape the prison.
Yeah, and apparently it's public knowledge now that the Contessa is part of the Claw Gang.
Oh, it is?
It seems so. That it's the only explanation as to why Neela is allowed to get literal mercenaries to go after her. On Interpol's dime, apparently.
Did that say paraglide?
Yes, we have finally gotten the most critical upgrade for Sly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is our final like major mobility upgrade, and it is. You really miss it when you go back to the earlier chapters.
Photos around the area. Then make your way up to the re-education tower.
Looks pleasant enough.
Oh, and stay clear of tanks. You know, so you don't get blown up into little sticky pieces.
Yeah. You know that
So yeah,
that
yes.
moon looks. That moon should have been set way further back in that skybox. It looks horribly 2D. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that we are once again in a very dark, oppressive, gothic area. Not quite as bad as the prison, but once again, this is what I was talking about with the game kind of wearing you down through the middle.
Right.
Which is why I cannot wait until we get to chapter 6.
Neela's made a headquarters out of that old bank. It's a pretty secure location. It'll take some doing to drive her out.
Man, that paraglider really drops off faster than I would have expected, gravity-wise. I think Breath of the Wild
this
has
is
spoiled
still
me.
PS. It's real PS2. Like yeah, we're used to like Breath of the Wild with its paraglider really carrying. I get myself into trouble later with that, thinking it's going to behave like those ones.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder, like, in Breath, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some physics sim going on, but in an older game like this, it's just straight up, like, changes how the character moves, but it's not dependent on any outside factors, so it just feels very stiff. But I mean, it's not bad, so I'm sure as time goes on I'll see it being more useful. I mean,
Yeah.
I loved the glide in Infamous, so
Yeah, this was the precursor to that.
Out on patrol against Nayla's army. They could be useful to hitch a ride.
man, you ever have one of those days where your leg just aches? Like you could feel it in your bone.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all this thunder and lightning. I hear like might be a storm coming. Maybe there was thunder. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. You hear anything earlier?
I don't think so.
I mean, it's funny. We do these Let's Plays, but remotely, even though we live a block away from each other, which is
Yeah.
kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been biking a lot more. But of course, my bike tire decided to exploded again. Found it.
Yeah.
It's because I rode it through, like, kind of a more wilderness path, and I think I got a good old like thorn in it. So,
Yeah.
oops. Oh well. I got some tires with slime in them, so maybe that'll be a better replacement.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this area is split into two. The main one is right here, the Contessa's estate, and then there's a bridge connecting it to the other part where the safe house and Neela's HQ is.
Right.
Most of the action happens over here.
The Contessa's really drunkenly weaving these webs around, it would look like.
The Contessa's all geared up for war. Just our luck.
Is that meme of what spiders on different drugs and what their webs look like, but to this day I can't tell if half of that's real or not. Might have all been a shit post.
Blimp the Contessa used to escape from the prison.
I think it was real.
Okay, I wouldn't be surprised.
All these high towers. Okay, Sly. Head up to the re-education tower. I suspect that's where we'll find the Clockwork Eyes.
So the game's getting pretty confused now with what to attach to when you press circle.
Yeah.
So as the environments get more complex.
Keeping track of everything so far, we have tail feathers, wings, eyes, heart. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, I guess his brain's probably the last thing to go. But that's just my... We'll see.
But yeah, that is correct of the parts that we know about thus far, or have.
It's like the Futurama episode where they accidentally think they killed Robot Santa. I don't know, that's a whole thing. Well, you know what? Actually, that doesn't drop nearly as fast as, like, I guess with some height, it actually looks a little better. Oh,
Yeah, right there. I thought that I could, like, maneuver it to go backwards, but this one doesn't work that way. So I
Right, it's just
cut
straight
back to where I
diagonal
was.
down.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot!
Bentley, there's more than just the clockwork
Yep.
I did not expect this.
Well, you asked if we ever see the Contessa in the process of hypnosis.
She set me up. I'm an honest cop.
Of course you are. I've read your psychological profile. I know that you're honest.
Then why are you doing this to me?
Because, dear, you're honest. You see, by chasing after Sly Cooper, you learned too much about the Claw Gang and its spice operation. It was only a matter of time before you figured out that I was a secret member. So, when Neela gave me a chance to put you in custody, I took it.
Coward. You're a
So there you go.
disgrace to
That's
Yeah.
that's why
I'll
even
make
that
it my
flimsy
life work.
evidence works.
Okay.
Destroy you.
I'd say she
Oh, I'm
overplayed her
afraid your
hand,
life,
but
let alone your
it's
life's
just me.
work, isn't going to last
Probably. I mean,
Once I integrate
maybe
the
she
Clockwork
would be
Eyes
willing to
into
put
this
her in jail,
device,
but what
your
about
life's
other
work
people at
will be
Interpol?
Yeah.
whatever I tell you.
I won't be brainwashed that easily.
Quite right. It won't be easy or painless. But I will reprogram your mind, and you will take the fall for me at Interpol. Now, just lay back and relax. Go to your happy place and stay there forever.
I don't think they've seen you. Take a few photos and get out of there.
No. I've got to help Carmelita. She's in trouble here.
There's nothing you can do now. Get the recon photos and come back to the safe house.
I like
swear
that
we'll
glowing
find a
eye
way to
effect. It's
help.
pretty good.
Yeah. You can kind of see it's a bit of a shell
Yeah.
around the regular model.
Interesting. Inspector Fox is restrained in an old Iron Tech 250. Crude, but effective.
Bentley, why do you know that? Why do you know about torture devices intimately?
Clockwork eyes. They seem to be routed through that control.
I don't know. Just because he doesn't use them doesn't mean that he doesn't know the models.
That's true.
Decipher its make.
I'm just saying he has a track record for sus methods of dealing with people.
Tesla's elite
And a
shadow
future
guard.
record.
Oh
Tough
no.
is too sissy a word to describe those guys. That's a mind shuffler. I didn't think they were real. It's made of equal parts science and black magic. Indestructible to conventional weapons.
That's inconvenient. What about unconventional weapons, like a bottle of mustard?
Terminals should be hardwired to the systems in this
Hmm.
tower. We need to find
Terrible
a way to get
joke.
it online. All right, head back to the safe house and we'll get a plan together.
Sly, what are you
Alright,
doing?
well, there's the scenario.
Sly, what are you doing? You already have a picture of Carmelita. You can stop. No.
This is a rare position for her to be in.
Oof.
has put the castle on high alert.
Ooh, that's a cool
To get at the
stained
Clockwork
glass.
Eyes, we'll need to subtly manipulate this conflict to our advantage. Here's the plan. Murray, sneak into the castle and kidnap the head of security. I want to ask him a few questions.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Sly and I are going to get a little paranormal. I'll slip into the crypts beneath the castle and put together a bad mojo bomb. It should be enough to destroy the mind shuffler. Sly, you capture a few local ghosts and drop them into Neela's headquarters.
I'm sorry, what?
Hopefully the near-death experience will
We
inspire
would
her to purchase
catch a
more
couple of ghosts and drop
mercenary
them into her
firepower.
headquarters.
Oh.
What's not to understand?
All got our assignments. Good luck.
Bentley said that they would be getting paranormal here.
That's true. It's just picturing ghosts like I don't know,
We are certainly going to be picturing them.
mm-hmm. It's funny how glass is often depicted as green.
I think that's just like a common color for bottles.
Yeah. I'm sure there's like historical precedent because like I don't know, it's like how what is it? A lot of technologies start out that way. Like LEDs originally I think were only blue due to like just they didn't know how to make them any other way. Which is crazy to
Yeah.
think that was in our lifetime. I think like I remember before they had other colored LEDs.
All right, Sly, there's your new objective. Sneak inside and smash the coffin of the evil wolf priestess.
Sounds pretty harsh. Does the old girl really deserve that sort of treatment?
Weren't you listening? She was an evil wolf priestess. Once you smash the coffin,
I don't know,
you'll
I think
free
that's
all
kinda
the
funny.
ghosts
Yeah.
trapped in there with her.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with all of this, but
Also, I'm not sure I've ever seen any fan art of the evil wolf priestess, which we definitely would have if this was a more recent series.
Yeah.
I mean, Bail Buddy, there's an idea for you right
No, don't bring him up. Our reputations are ruined. Oh. Nah, his art can be pretty funny. Ooh. The pit and the pendulums. Ah.
Yeah, you can grab on there, and there's no point
Oh!
in that.
Wait.
So they don't swing at the same rate. They're a little offset, so you can just wait for them to line up.
I see. do like the lighting in here is a lot better than the lighting out there. Maybe it's these fires.
Yeah, it's nice. Got the purple in the back there.
Makes me want to watch Aladdin, among other reasons. Still mad
Last time I
that.
watched
Oh, sorry. What?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the last time I watched Aladdin, I was watching my childhood VHS copy, which has the colors were so degraded from overuse that it was miserable. I need to watch it on like Disney Plus.
I would be down to do. I would be super down to make that a. Oh, a lot of ghosts. If you'd be down to watch that with me, I'd be down because it's always fun to. Oh no, the coins are gone. Oh.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen them despawn. That was weird. I like how they speed up.
Yeah, they just start spinning faster and faster and then disappear.
I am disappointed that Disney Plus doesn't have the Aladdin series.
Didn't I just set
There's a
these
lot of
guys
stuff
free?
that they don't have that they should.
I know, like Buzz Lightyear is Star Command.
It's only a short-term confinement.
Do they have Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, the Three Musketeers?
I'll check.
I get you. She'll think it's a sneak attack from the Contessa.
Correct. If I did my math right, and I always do my math right, Neela should respond to the assault by purchasing more firepower.
Anything bad for the Contessa is good for us. And we get to really freak out Neela.
So yeah, capture the ghosts, put them in her headquarters, and Neela will buy more jets. So this is the dumbest mission in the game for that reason.
Yeah.
We want to weaken both sides, not strengthen one.
Yeah, this isn't an infighting situation.
And I thought about it quite thoroughly in years past. This is the one mission in the game where it would be better off if we didn't do it, because those jets just end up causing problems for us later. Oh. It's like, well, if Neela can just buy some bombers because she got freaked out, why didn't she do that already? Like, if she has those resources.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, so it is on Disney Plus. But it's also free with ads on Roku, supposedly. I don't know. I do like these ghost effects. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's nice when they're not screaming birds in Prime. Oh, man. To this day, it used to be those, like, Chozo ghosts scared me. But now when I hear it, I'm just like, I'm just more annoyed than anything. I'm like, here we go again.
Yeah. Unless you have the X-ray visor.
Well, even then, it's still tedious. Like...
Yeah, it's like, what, 2, 3 super missiles to take them
I think
down?
it's 2, but...
Yeah, it's 2.
Either way, like, if there's 3 ghosts, that's 6 super missiles, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's...
Fortunately, in most cases, you can just leave them alone.
Luckily.
So, yeah, earlier I made a bad pun that we would be picturing the ghosts.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta play Fatal Frame for a minute here. So there are 9 of these ghosts, and I think that is at least 4 too many. We're gonna have to end the mission at Neela's headquarters, so we might as well do the ones over there first.
I can't find any pictures of this wolf empress or priestess. Does she actually appear in the game?
No. All mentions of her are already over. It's just like that's an image right there that you think the internet would be all over.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just that this game is too obscure now.
I mean, I think another problem is when you have nothing to go off of. Like, usually people simp over characters you see. Very rarely have I ever seen a fan art of a character you don't see, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. All I found is on Tumblr somebody describing what they wish they could have done story-wise with her. But so apparently there's somebody simping over her in theory, but
Yeah, if this was a Mario game though, and they referred to a character like offhand,
Oh
like
yeah,
that,
yeah, 100%. I mean, it's funny. If I had a nickel for Mario fans simping over Squid Sisters, I'd have 2 nickels. Which, you know, it's funny to think. Well, actually, wait. No, those were jellyfish in.
Yeah, and Superstar Saga, the
yeah.
Jellyfish Sisters.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that would be a fun cameo in Splatoon.
In Splatoon, yeah, it would be. If only Nintendo cared about the Mario RPGs.
Oh, I mean, they care enough to make a remake of the ones people won't shut up about, which I still need to play the original. I refuse to play the remake first. I don't want to have pre-nostalgia taint.
Oh,
Super Mario
RPG.
I don't know. You only get to play through a game once, so I feel like I'd rather it be
for the first
original.
time once.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. See, we've only gotten 5 out of 9 ghosts here. This submission tracks on a bit.
Yeah. It's a good thing I can ramble about nothing.
Yeah, and they kind of... It can be tough getting the pictures of them because they go in and out of level geometry.
Oh, that's like the banana fairies in Donkey Kong 64. Of course, unlike Donkey Kong 64, these guys at least move slow, and they're big, and they're glowy. The banana fairies are so tiny, you can barely, like... I will never 100% that game, most likely.
So you know when games figured out after Prime that you can, like, scan enemies or take pictures of them in order to add them to your, like...
Bestiary?
Bestiary, yeah. It seems like everybody forgot that in Prime you don't take pictures of them, you just lock onto them long enough. They can even be out of frame while you do it.
Yeah.
Because it's always been annoying every time a game makes you take a picture of an enemy to do that. Because it's always more awkward.
Yeah. Imagine if the Piclopedia made you do that.
Oh, jeez, it'd be awful. Yeah, I think Prime had the right middle ground between just defeat one and it's in there, which is fine, but a little basic, and then take pictures, which is just the worst.
Me and my sister often wondered about how the scan visor worked in Prime, because when Google Lens came out, we were like, hey, it's like a real-life Prime scan visor. But that got us thinking. We're like, wait, so it seems like it's a combination of identifying what something is from a database, like some kind of space sci-fi internet, and analyzing through various like sensors and scanners Samus must have, like because you look at some of the readouts and you're like, I don't have a visor that lets me see in what you just described. Like, last time I checked, I don't have the ability to, like, ultrasound an enemy. Like, what is it? In the Space Pirates in the beginning, you see all their, like, oh, this one had its organs replaced. Here's a detailed x-ray. I'm like, I don't have the x-ray visor, but cool that you figured this out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe it can do that for, like, specific samples, but can't let you see in it.
Right. I mean, I'm just, like... I mean, there's a big difference between, like... Yeah, like... inferring information and, like, actually seeing information, so I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I do wish, man... There's one game that does the Echo Visor, like Prime 2. And that's... whoa, that was a weird... visual glitch. And that's I forgot what it's called. It's like a LiDAR thing in Gary's mod. Which, I don't know, LiDAR is weird. It's actually lasers aren't sound, so that's not one-to-one. Alright, ghost up. So were those all like wolves, or?
Yeah, wolf priestess.
Yeah. Okay, so this place is now haunted. We pulled a Beetlejuice.
So the Contessa wants war, eh? Perhaps it's time I purchase a little air.
A
few bombers should put that old charlatan in her place.
Oh, she is Cockney. funny. With our regional dialect, we kind of have a habit of removing the T's.
Leighton, Mountain, yeah.
Yeah. It's like when I was a kid where I thought everyone had an accent but me, and I didn't understand. Well, I mean, everybody had an accent but my area. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah. Reminds me of Kingdom Hearts 3. At one point, Jack Sparrow says, "I'll be the one that doesn't have a funny accent."
Which is funny because he has the just drunk off his ass accent. Oh.
That's it. I knew she'd have a bad
I think this
mojo
is the only
collector to
time where
transport
Murray
me over
is
for.
mission control for Bentley.
It's a semi-magical device that sucks up bad mojo. I'll need it to gather the runoff from these spouts.
Wow, sounds easy.
Not really. That mojo is a powerfully dark force. Take any damage while carrying that collector and you're done for.
Wow, sounds hard.
Yes, it presents an interesting tactical challenge. Perhaps I could use the death traps native to these crypts against any foe that might attempt to thwart my
Native.
collection.
Yeah,
script,
I was
and
like-
now we see the death trap in its natural habitat.
That switch to smash up the guards before they ever got near me.
Precisely. Once all 4 cylinders of the collection device are
Ah,
full,
look at that
should
spider
be enough black
gentleman on
magic
the
to
right.
destroy the mind shuffler.
Oh yeah, I never noticed that before. So this bad mojo collector, I'm pretty sure that it is a direct reference to the proton
Oh,
packs
yeah, look
from,
at it. It's a cyclotron stuck to a synchrotron. It's 100%.
Ghostbusters,
Yeah. Wow, this is kind of horrifying. Like,
this chapter is intense with the gothic inspiration.
I'm just saying, like, we are making some wolf jam right now. Because I don't know if you've seen those hydraulic press videos, but
Oh jeez.
that's what we're I mean, look at it. It's a big stampy foot.
That's just not safe.
Okay. That shouldn't have made me laugh, but it did. You know, I feel like Sly, like, when did Sly 1 come out? Like, 2000 something?
2001?
I could, like, we may have never gotten a movie, but
Spouts run out of bad
I feel
mojo.
like a Saturday morning cartoon would have been
One-fourth of the way
great.
to a full tank.
Potentially, anyway. I just punched my mic.
I'm not really sure how to use your computer.
Okay, so Sly 1 was 2002, 2 was 2004, and 3 was 2005.
Okay, so yeah, that's... I think they could have had some kind of 2D cartoon of this show back in the day. They didn't,
Maybe.
but they could have.
I think particularly the end of Sly 3, I was like, you know, this would have made for a really good cartoon
Yeah.
episode.
I guess I just mean like the personalities, the premise,
Oh yeah, yeah.
kind of like the show Psych in a way. But hey, guillotine. To this day, I don't know why it has L's in it, but yeah, guillotine. Yeah.
You can blame the French for that one.
Yeah.
Are there enough vowels, and if we made enough consonants silent yet?
Do you have an X that does nothing? Or no, it's OUIX is a lot of stuff. All right. So is this the safe house? No.
No, we have 3 more of these to go.
Oh.
So after a minute, I got into
Oh
a
my
rhythm on
gosh.
this one.
Yeah, nice. Oh man, this is far more violent than I was expecting.
Yeah, so they get kind of creative with the trap layouts with this.
'Cause you got spikes, you got swinging things, you got knives that shoot out of the wall.
If you time that just right, you can get 2 of them. And then you only need these 2 traps here for the rest of the thing.
Boy, if I knew all those years ago when we started this Let's Play before that it was going to be this wild. Ah, man. I never did draw that picture of Bentley violently drowning that rat forcefully, but... I like the little spider sigil. Feels like a hat on a hat, but... I can tell the developers had a lot of fun with this, designing this area, though, because there's a lot of nice details.
It goes on a bit long, though. Like, you know, this section probably should have already been over, and we have 2 more to go.
Yeah, so he said if you get hit once, you're, like, failed, right?
Yeah, you have to redo this section. And you also have to be careful when in the overworld going from place to place.
I see.
And there's a 4th switch back there that's for emergencies.
Yeah.
If they get really close.
Did you hear what Bentley just said?
Oh, what did he say?
He said, "I'm the Lizard King."
Oh, yeah.
Which is funny, because he's not a reptile. Wait, no. Yeah, turtles
He is
are
a
reptiles.
reptile.
No,
He's a reptile, but he's not a lizard.
I always confuse them with amphibians, turtles. They're very...
Dude, that was a joke from Over the Hedge.
It is, and that's what I was thinking of. I got it backwards. That's another thing I wish got more media. Although the video games were apparently had story to them, which is bizarre.
I think I rented the Over the Hedge video game at least once, twice.
Which one? Because there's quite
PS2.
a few. Okay, you played the good one.
Yeah, I remember it being pretty good.
I saw some YouTuber made a video on all the different ones, and I'm like, man, there were so many of these, and they were all different. Especially the hammy.
It was that era.
Yeah, there was the hammy
That era
PSP
where-
exclusive that looked just terrible, and then the other PSP
yeah.
exclusive that looked better.
It was when you could still, push out a licensed game in like a year,
Yeah.
or even less.
I'd love to know what happened with those.
HD gaming happened.
Yeah, budgets bloating and whatnot.
Well, yeah, the technical knowledge needed to do it got a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
Games took a lot longer to make. You know, the machines running them were more complicated.
Right.
So I only thought that there were 2 buttons in here at first.
Yeah.
There's actually 4. So I am attempting to work with
Yeah, I see
half
3
as
of them.
many
Oh, then there's
traps.
Yeah. Oh. You know, I think another thing, now that I think about it, would destroyed the licensed games is how the big studios, or all the studios that made them, were bought up and pretty much just sent to the Call of Duty mines or the equivalent for other companies. So
Yeah.
there's a good chance that's just because licensed games still exist. In that, like, you get them on mobile sometimes. Ooh.
So yeah, I finally realized, hey, wait a second, there's these ones on the side here.
Yeah.
I think this is actually like my 4th attempt at this, and I just cut out the others.
That sounds frustrating.
Well, it would have taken a lot less time if I had realized the ones on the left and right.
What did he say? It's not.
I think he said it's not that online.
Man, when's the last time you bought like one of those cookie packs that like it's like the dough that you like take home and stick in the oven, like the little pads?
I'm not sure I ever have.
You've never had like the the Toll House chocolate chip cookies?
I mean, I probably have, but I don't think I've ever
Baked them yourself, huh?
No.
The air fryer works pretty good for that. Although it can take some finagling. Fair warning. Also, you do not want to put them anywhere near the top because you'll just braise the heck out of them. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, jeez. Whatever, I'm making a break for it.
Wait, so you got hit?
I did not get hit.
Oh, you didn't get hit.
I did not. Now, right there, so enemies, if you're out of range, can throw dirt at you, and it does scratch damage. And it doesn't count as a regular hit.
Okay, that must be what I saw.
No, that was a little bit after, but... So, final one.
We got 2 incinerators. Trap drawbridge. What's the one at the back do?
It electrifies the area. Right where we are right now. So, got into a bit of a rhythm here.
Man, how many people are on the Contessa's payroll?
How many are willing to keep going through this even when they know that the 12 people before them got roasted?
Yeah.
That's just not safe.
I feel like this would be one of the hardest missions in the game with how, like, strict it is.
I think I got a little bit off of the timing, but we're almost done here, so... And even if they get over here, you know, you can still defend yourself.
Right. It's just, you know, you can't get hit once is kind of...
Yeah, it's a bit tight. I think I had to do this 3 times, so I cut out my 2 failures.
All right.
And over to Murray for the last job of this part, I believe. I think this one always made me nervous as a kid, but going back to it, it's kind of brain dead simple. So at last we have enough toggleable moves for all 3 of Murray's shoulder buttons.
Let's see. Oh. I mean... You mean like the 2 triggers and the 2 bumpers? Or?
Running is on R1, but the other 3 shoulder buttons you assign
I see.
abilities to.
That's better. For a bit, I thought you only had 1 button to toggle, which would be terrible for how many abilities
No.
you get. And the perspective of that town skybox makes no sense. Reminds me how Nuts and Bolts Banjo-Kazooie's only good area. That's a hot take, I know, but I guess its best area being the hub. Its skybox is really nice. Although I don't even think it's a skybox. I think it might be a model, but I could be wrong. I don't know. You could tell that was definitely the area that was before they decided to have everything be on a car. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Hey, Murray, can you see the General from there?
Nope. Just an old man coming up the ramp.
Don't
Burn.
let his appearance fool you. That's General Clawfoot, and he's one of the toughest old soldiers you'll ever see. Not to mention head of castle security.
What if he doesn't want to come? I don't want to hurt him.
Oh, don't worry about that. He's only afraid of 2 things, fire and water. Other than that, you couldn't hurt him if you wanted to. He might even come in handy along the way, as a projectile.
Wow, that is handy.
Yeah,
We're
and if-
basically just carrying a crate back to the safe house that curses at us.
Aw.
Great. Now bring it back to the safe house. I marked it in your binocular.
And if he tries to sell you any insurance, don't listen. Oh man, the moment he said the General, that's all I could think of. I've seen that commercial way too many times. Oh, he's German.
So yeah, we have the upgrade that lets Murray run and jump while carrying things.
That's
So that makes us a
invaluable
lot
for
easier.
this, yeah.
But as you can see, it's not a long trek if you even halfway know where you're going.
Yeah. Is that a knife?
Well, well, General
It's
Clawfoot,
feather.
we've got a lot to talk about. You wouldn't by chance know the security codes to the castle gates, hmm? Don't feel like talking, huh? How about a little of this?
You know, I will always give props to Avatar: The Last Airbender for figuring out the perfect, like, kid-friendly interrogation technique where they hold him upside down. It's like, okay, that's painful and, like, unpleasant and would make someone talk, but it's not like, you know, ripping out toenails.
That being said,
And it's not silly like this with the feather.
If it wasn't for that feather...
The first steps to escalating the war between Neela and the Contessa have gone well. We are down to the final setups before we spring our trap. Sly, I need you to steal a voice modulator from the castle and install it under Neela's headquarters. If all goes as planned, it should allow us to give orders to her mercenaries without being detected. Unfortunately, Neela's recent bomber purchase has made her army
Those look terrible.
and they might strike before we're ready.
So once again, getting her the bombers was a bad idea.
I need you to hotwire one of the Contessa's tanks and go to town on the mercenaries. We just need to intimidate them a little.
Wouldn't that just make them more eager to strike back?
Maybe.
In the re-education tower.
But when your only loyalty is getting paid,
save Carmelita.
you're not always willing to
if you haven't already
put your
got
neck
one,
out.
You'll need to buy a paraglider for
Yeah,
the
but
hikes.
if they took out your guys,
let's
it's
move out.
personal now.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, well, that's about it for this part. So,
See you in 10.
yep. See you when we take down the Contessa.